I've relocated because there are other human beings in my house. Hey there, happy Monday. Holy cow, we are already in March, which means it is time to start kicking off this channel. So since it is the first Monday of the month, I'm going to be taking questions about my life as a musician. I jumped over to Twitter and sent out a tweet. I tweeted asking you guys to send me in some questions that you might have about how my life goes as a musician, so I guess let's get right into it. Ryan O'Brien said, how do you cope with people who tell you it's not a career, it's just a dream? And this is actually something that I feel like is something that I've had to deal with on more than one occasion. Just because I think with anything that you do, people are going to tell you that it's just a pipe dream or that it's not realistic. The reason that most people are successful at what they do is because they told those people, you know what, I don't care what you say, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to keep going after what I want. And that's been a huge reason that I've been able to be a part of so many of the opportunities that I've had, majors and minors, X Factor, stuff like that has happened largely because I said to the people who told me it wasn't realistic for me to do this, no, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna go after my dreams, and that's largely a reason that I've had the success that I've had. I would say to anyone who's having a problem with people telling them that what they're going after or what they want is just a pipe dream and that it's not realistic, just show them they're wrong. And I promise you'll be successful as long as you stick to what you want and as long as you're ambitious. You're gonna get what you want eventually. Also, I apologize if my voice is a little bit quieter or scratchier than usual. I've been dealing with allergies for quite some time now, so I'm trying to get my voice back, but bear with me. Jordana, whoever you are, Jordana says, instead of covers, will you start writing your own material based off of personal experiences? And my answer to that is really just, I've already been writing. Ever since I picked up the guitar, I started writing songs based on how I feel. I know that the original content that I have released to you guys has been limited just because of everything that I have done as far as like TV and filming. Every time you go into one of those things, you sign a contract basically telling those people that they own you. And so it's just been a process getting to the point where I contractually am okay to release independent material, and then getting to the point where I feel secure enough in myself as an artist and with my sound. Releasing material has just been a long process. However, I do have a single out, Let It Go, which I released on New Year's Eve of last year.
Let's just let this part of us go, the part of us that's holding back. No, I cannot wait anymore.
And I guess a little bit of backstory behind that one was, I remember just sitting there and thinking like, it's time to stop being sad, and it's time to just like, if you can be sad for no reason, you can be happy for no reason. And I just decided to look at life more positively, and that song was kind of representative of that turning point. And so if you want to listen to that, it's available on iTunes. I'll put the link down below. You can also listen to it on Spotify and buy it on Amazon and all those other good things. The next question that I decided to answer was from someone named Steph, and she asked, did you have stage fright, and if so, how did you overcome it? And this was honestly an enormous problem for me up until recently, just because for the longest time I could not handle being on stage in front of people, especially without my guitar, because it took me forever to figure out, and it's still, I mean, I'm still figuring out what I do with my body and how I move and if I move at all, because me dancing is just a terrible idea. Anytime someone gives me choreography, I tend to either A, screw it up, or B, make it look really terrible, and so I just try to avoid dancing altogether. But that was a large reason for my insecurity on stage for a long time, was just because I felt so exposed. So that was really hard for me to cope with for a while. And then I started really getting into just feeding off of the energy of the crowd, and my guitar was a big help for me because it really helped me get into what I'm doing, and it always helps me really, like, when I get into like percussive playing or anything like that, it's just really cool to like see the audience like react to what I'm doing and interact with people that are sitting out there. But you just have to practice, practice, practice. With experience comes wisdom. Yeah, if you're looking to overcome stage fright, I really would just recommend that you practice getting into what you're doing and interacting with the people in front of you. And my last question for the day is actually a question that I got a huge smile on my face when I saw it. at SHXN Shine something. Did you enjoy coming to London for Teen Who? And honestly, I would have to say that my trip to London was probably the best travel experience of my entire life. Back in October, I entered the Teen Who contest for their very first concert over in London. I ended up, because of the amazing support I have behind me, getting through to the final round for voting, and then they selected me as the winner to go perform at their concert in London. And it was seriously just the most eye-opening experience to me in so many ways. I got to stay in a house with a bunch of the artists, and so I made some great friends, and I really kind of discovered the meaning of interacting with other artists and kind of just being with a group of people who are passionate about the same thing that you're passionate about. It was really an incredible thing to just bond with people who I had never met before. Over the period of a week, it became some of my closest friends, and I really just had such an incredible experience with the culture there. It's strange for people to hear me say it was a different culture because they speak the same language and observe a lot of the same media that we do, so we don't really think of it as a separate culture. But you really don't realize until you're over there that it is completely different from America. A lot of the words that they use are different. Most restaurants aren't open very late there, which was really heartbreaking for me because if I want a snack at 1 in the morning, I want to go get a snack at 1 in the morning, and everything except for the pubs was closed down, and it was really just emotionally trying for me because if I can't go get a Big Mac at 1 in the morning, I'm probably just gonna go sit in the corner and cry. But honestly, it was one of the most amazing experiences of my entire life, and the crowd was so incredible, and I got to interact with people who were from Scotland and Ireland and so many different places, and it just kind of helped me to realize the outreach that I have around the world, and it's really humbling to discover that you have an impact on people who are thousands of miles away. It was just all around a really, really amazing experience. So yeah, that was today's video. I know it may have been a little bit boring. I'm still trying to figure out my format for this channel. And again, most of it's just going to be candid advice and story sharing to you guys so that you get to have a little bit more of a connection with me. But yeah, if you have any feedback, advice about what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see less of, etc., etc., please do leave that in the comments because I will take it to heart and I will start shaping this channel around what you guys really want to see. I know that Mondays are hard, but I hope that your day has gone decently, and hey, at least you made it through this day alive. I will see you guys next week, so please keep up with me on Twitter and Facebook. I'll be posting probably sometime this upcoming weekend asking you guys for questions for next week's video. But until then, hasta la pasta. I will see you guys later. Okay, bye! This is me regretting saying hasta la pasta. I'm sorry. This beanbag chair was a bad idea.